Yo, what's good, everybody? How we doing? How's your weekend going? Sorry, I have the World Cup final up on the TV over here, so I just watched Spain finish off Argentina. But welcome, everybody. How we doing? Chief Pepsi, Brizzy, Mason, Trader 007, Tris. Who else is here? Kyle, Miss K. How we doing, guys? How's everybody doing? What's up, Rabba? How are you? Nice little 100-point pump or 80-point pump, something like that, into an 80-point dump to begin. What's up, WLA? How are you? How was your weekend, guys? Mine was hot. It was hot here in Louisville. For tonight, obviously Friday was, a sell-off on the overnight through London session and then a pump in through New York. We were lucky enough to be long from, this is obviously the daily chart. We were lucky to be long from just below 500 here at like 490. And we're able to make 1.2K, 1.3K, somewhere around there on Friday, which is good. What's up, Mahmood? I do look hot. I thought you were saying I do not look hot. Yeah, it's hot here in Louisville. It's hot. It's humid. It's humid. I don't know about you guys, but the humidity is what gets me. Not so much the heat. I can deal with heat if it's dry heat. It's when the air is so thick you feel like you're swallowing the air when you walk outside where I have issues. That's when I have a problem. And obviously with curly hair, it doesn't help either. You end up with an afro. So, what's up, Mike? How are you? Ollie, what I final? Yeah, I just saw it. One goal, 1-0. So, yeah, soccer is one of those sports. It's hard. It's a tough watch. Spain messed up with Argentina. Oh yeah, Spain. I kind of anticipated they were the favorites, right? Like Argentina was the underdog. What's up, Abu? How are you? Also, guys, for those of you that are here early, as far as the tools are concerned, I'm not going to be able to show everything that we have currently anymore. We are definitely being watched and trying to be copied as far as our tools are concerned. And it is pretty obvious after doing a little research that we have been copied. So, I'm going to keep it somewhat confidential until release because I don't want all these fake actors being able to take our ideas and profit off them and build their own tools through some cheap AI tool that they've developed. So I'm not going to show everything anymore. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to loud any channels out or anything, but we have found evidence that that we are being copied, we are being watched, and people are trying to replicate. So I'm going to hide certain things as far as the tools are concerned, and hopefully you all understand they will be out soon. They will be out very soon, but as far as updates and advancements on the tools are concerned, we're going to keep that proprietary and keep it in-house for now. So we'll be limited to just showing the easy order flow and the supply-demand indicators on stream for a period of time. So I apologize. But the trading terminal is pretty much done. All the tools seem to be working properly. The last batch of updates is probably going out to the beta testers this week. We're going to give them a few days to click some buttons and make sure everything is working appropriately. And then it's going to be publicly available. So, yeah, Mike. I mean, that any way they can make money, any way we can make money. So, like, or any way they can make money. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's what happens in this space. People see something new, they try to replicate it and package it as their own. So not that it will be exact or not that it will be as good, but that doesn't matter to the general public, right? Like if you have a larger viewing audience and you're able to replicate something similar and profit off it, they're going to do it. So they are larger channels that are doing it, and I'm just not going to show anything anymore. That's the way it has to be. But yes, as far as what we're going to be trading tonight, we are trading that funded account that I told you guys I'm going to keep track of live so you guys can see if I can get this funded account to a live account. Hey, what's up, J-Love? How are you? What's up, Dom? How are you? We got about 45 people in here, guys. Smash that thumbs up button. We are going to be doing a Lucid giveaway. Hopefully the stream doesn't crash on us tonight like it did last stream. So fingers crossed everything goes smoothly. I did the Streamlabs update. I'm thinking that might have been the issue, but I don't really know what the issue was. It was kind of strange that we crashed on YouTube but kept live on Kick. What's up, Martin? How are you? On the backbone of million. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Albu, we do have the back data and forward testing and all that stuff, right? Did it crash because I had over 10K watching? No, I think we had maybe 60 people in the stream when it crashed. Mahmoud, for the month of July, I looked. I'm up 16K, but that's kind of misleading, right? Because a lot of that is all on one trade on my personal account. Prop wise, I haven't been trading that well. You know, I'll make 1,000, I'll lose 1,000, I'll make 1,000, I'll lose 1,000 kind of thing. I'm kind of like break even on my prop trading. But on my personal account, I hit a swing trade that went for 24K. I had a 24K day. So like it's a little misleading. So like my trading overall is fine, right? Like I'm up $16,000 for the month of July overall. But my prop trading hasn't been the greatest. On the right above my cam up here is a 15-minute chart with the 15-minute supply demand levels, just to give you guys a little bit better look about what it looks like on a different time frame. Over on the 1-minute chart, I only have the 1-hour levels showing right now. So these are the higher time frame levels, but this is what the lower time frames kind of look like. This is a 15-minute chart with the supply demand indicator on it, just so you guys can watch that tonight if you want to look at it and how it prints and how it reacts on those lower time frames, because I realize I've only Mahmoud, so like the personal, because my personal account is obviously much larger breathing room to deal with as far as you know, size I can put on a trade and how much I'm willing to lose in a day. Like the first day of July, I lost 7,000 on my personal account on a trade. I got stopped out for $7,000, but then I turned around 2 weeks later and made 24,000. So that's really where the difference in money is coming from. So technically on props, I'm red on the month. On my overall trading, right? I think I've only taken one payout this month across all the props. But you know how I always refer to, you know, the influencers who are posting payouts and large profits. I'm counting the dollars lost in those evaluations and in those funded accounts as well. You know, not just the cost of the evaluation or the cost of the account. Because, well, let's face it, that's how you should be calculating P&L. Right? That's how you should be calculating P&L. All right, so I think I'm not sure what to expect. Was there any big news headlines over the weekend, guys, that you saw that is noteworthy? I haven't really looked at any kind of news or anything since like last Friday morning. So I haven't heard anything, and I didn't really look today at all. Oh, but just for transparency, this 25K is still pretty much right where it was. I think I took one trade and made like $40 on it on Friday, but you can see it's pretty much a fresh funded account. Balance of 25,068. So I didn't do much trading on this account at all on Friday since the last time you guys saw it. Guys, if you haven't yet, smash that thumbs up button for me if you could. I'd appreciate it. Oh, Martin. Okay. 2 U.S. casualties. Trump. Yeah, okay. I got you. I got you. Okay, we kind of rejected that 800 level up here. That this 800 level has been serving as kind of like the heavy sell-off. But it looks like we're pumping right back towards opening price. I'm going to watch what happens up here at the 770 to 780 area. And we might try a short from up there as long as price is holding below that level. Hey, what's up, Jeff? Yeah, Teargram, you've been getting wrecked with trading before Asia. I understand that. I completely understand that. As far as the DOM is concerned, I did notice this before I went live, guys. Oh, I can't see it. Where's it at? There is, for whatever reason, there's a 400 block sitting all the way down at 21,400 on the books right now. I don't know that we're going to go all the way down to 21,400, but oil gapped up. Yeah. It's Nim sitting at 21.4. I think he's at 19,400. I think he's got that order resting at 19,400. So he's 2,000 points below that. Has to be Nima. Nima's wild. So yeah, later on in the stream, guys, we are going to give away a 50K Lucid Flex account. Obviously not putting it on the thumbnail. Obviously not going to talk about it during the stream a whole lot, but just so that you guys know, we are doing a giveaway tonight. If we're at 21,000, World War III started. Yeah, kind of. That's kind of what it would take, right? I mean, I know I've talked about it a lot. This double top high is kind of where I'd like to see the market bounce from. You know, you got the daily 200 sitting right there. So daily 100 I have sitting, you know, down there in the mid 27Ks. That seems like a logical target to the downside, being below the 50 and the 20 now. You're almost getting that 20 EMA crossover. So I guess we could see a move back up into that daily 20 EMA before we get the sell-off. So just be aware that we could see some upside back up into the mid 29Ks. But overall, I'm leaning more downside now than I am upside. But we still have not broken these lows. So This is the run of these lows could be a somewhat heavy sell-off down into that. So just be aware of this. What is that? 28.2 area, that 28,200 area. If we lose that level, this move down into 27.5 could be kind of heavy and aggressive. So just be on alert that if we head down towards those lows, that is on the table, and that could be a decent like swing kind of trade. Although, shoot, who am I kidding? That's only like a, what, 700 point difference? So that could happen in 5 minutes these days. All right, we're starting to kind of see. Let's see if buyers can push through. All right, we do have buyers trying to push through this area. So I'm going to wait. Hey, what's up, Spence? How are you? It's a lot of movement. It's a lot of back and forth. So it looks like there's that downside wick sitting at just above 900. That might be where we're heading on this, but I'm not sure. You guys have VWAPs. Where are we above VWAP right now? So yeah, we're slightly above VWAP. All right, so maybe we are heading back to 900 here. Not sure I want to take a long from this spot. I'd rather wait for the pullback to 780 and see if at 780 holds. How's everybody doing? Anybody in a trade right now? Anybody catch the long from those lows? We have absorption here just above 700. Oh, nice, Jonathan. Miss K, smash the like before you refresh and count. Yeah, we got 55 people in here right now. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Yes, please, like Miss K says, smash that like button. Yeah, Telegram, we'll watch this 9 EMA and see if it holds. You know, obviously we have buyers. But I think 900 might be the play. If you like the short side, that would be the area I would watch. Thing I don't like is we almost have, you know, the low from this low at the close on Friday. And then this low where we barely swept this low and pumped off that. And now we've barely swept this high. So do we just fall right back in the middle and just kind of chop out till Tokyo opens? I mean, buyer's kind of fizzling out a little bit. I'm just hoping the stream stays up tonight, guys, honestly. That's what I'm hoping for. I keep looking over to make sure everything's okay when the chat goes a little quiet. So if you could, guys, keep the chat going for me, just so I know everybody's still here and we're present. Too many times recently, 100 points up, 100 points down, then 100 points back up to start. Oh, I know, DeMonte, it's wild. Just when you think Kick is still live, okay, good. Just when you think you're gonna get that breakout, it just rips it against you the other direction. That's been the story of my prop trading recently. I'll catch good trades, but I feel like I'm break even a lot. You know, part of that is because I've been going break even so quickly. But another part of that is because of what you just said right there. You know, 100 points up, 100 points down on consecutive 1-minute candles too. It's not even just like it happens slowly. It'll go up 100 points the 1-minute candle, and then it'll retrace 80 the very next, you know, or the full 100. All right, so it looks like we're falling back. Let's see if 780 holds. Got exhaustion at the buying at those highs. Is it going to do it again? DeMonte, you might be onto something here. Maybe what we need to do is wait for that 100-point move and fade it. Music is hitting tonight. Yeah, what are we on? We're on, I think, a synthwave playlist. I think is what we're on Epidemic Sound, Mason. I mean, we're falling right back to the opening price. I don't know what to do here. Do we have anything? What do we have on the DOM? 29,400 looks like an area of interest. All right, that's pretty much a 50% retracement on that move. Let's try this long from here. And we will go up and target just above. We'll target like 860. And I'll risk to new lows for now. If Synthwave makes it feel like the entire stream feel like a Blade Runner edit. Oh, that's funny. All right, nice reaction off the 21. Let's see if it can hold. Kind of just jumping around that prior day close right now. You knew you'd listen to this type of music somewhere. J-Love, I have the EMA Cloud. I've got the 921 EMA Cloud. I really only use it for trailing. I'm using the 21 as an entry point right now. I'm okay with the sweep down into below this candle. If we hold below here, I might add into this position, even though I probably shouldn't because it's a fresh funded account. I should just let it only ride with one until I have $1,000 of profit. But I'll like more upside if it does recover after the sweep of these lows. Mahmoud, do I trade full-time? Yes. Yes, I trade full-time. This is what I do for a living. Yeah, J-Love, I saw you mention that you use the 9, the 50, and the 200. I've seen you mention that before. I'm not a big EMA guy, but I've been using it for trailing just because of the volatility so that I lock something in a lot. Like when I'm right on the move. So I've been using it once we start trending for trailing stops. Just so I don't have trades running back on me all the way anymore. It's been happening too frequently to me recently. So I've been trying out this trailing stop method. Vivek, which I use Edge Clear. I use Edge Clear for my personal. Oh, wow, we are jumpy. The price is jumpy. Absolutely jumpy. All right, I kind of like buyers to make a new high on this next push towards 800. So I think I'm going to go break even on this just to protect my downside. That's a strong move. And let's see if price can make that run. There we go. Let's go ahead and lock something in. So I'm going to go stop at just below 790. And hopefully we can get that nice, you know, 30, 40 point spike above these previous highs. All right, there's the move. Let's go to 800 because I'd want buyers to protect this 800 level at this point. So if I take the stop out, that's still a pretty good trade at the start of this account. We're having again previous week plus or minus 50 points. Yeah. Yeah, Vivek, edge clear. You got it right. You got it right. Sorry, I was watching the trade develop. Okay, I don't want buyers weakening here. We're going to go ahead and lock in $100 on this trade. I'm going to start tight trailing because I'd rather see buyers just get aggressive and keep pushing price higher. So let's start tight trailing. Make sure we lock something in. So if this candle flips even somewhat negative, I'll be out. All right, we are out of the position. We are up $115. So that brings this account to $25,182. Casper, you tried to sign up for the indicator? You should be able to access it. Here, I'll put the link. The link is in the description, but I'll put it here in the chat as well, just in case. But you should be able to get on that wait list. Yeah, there will be a 7-day free trial when it releases, guys. So risk-free. If you want access, go ahead and get on that wait list. We are limiting it to 40 users just to make sure everybody has the best experience and the best support that they can possibly have. We're a really small team, so handling support tickets in the beginning is going to be probably a lot of what we're dealing with. So we just want to make sure that we can handle the amount of flow that we're going to have initially. So that's why we're limiting the amount of users, and we can only license total up to 100 at a time, I think, before we have to pay an exorbitant fee in order to increase the amount of users we can take on. So we are limited. We are limited. Like, when you're trying to do things the right way, guys, the costs to do everything add up quickly. They add up so quickly. I underestimated the amount of work that all this was going to take, and exactly how many hoops you have to jump through in order to get things done. Like, not just from the development side, but like the legal side, and Yeah, it's been a process. Long time coming. I went back and looked, and we started working on everything and fine-tuning everything all the way back in March, guys. Chief Pepsi, you asked a while back, but what advice do I have for levels? I've been trying to hold longer for the big moves, but find myself losing quite a bit of profit because it usually retraces back to your break even. Okay, Chief Pepsi, so like I'm kind of in a similar boat to you right now. Because of the market volatility and everything. So that's why you see the 9 EMA and 21 EMA cloud there. Because a lot of times that's what I've been using recently to trail. But you're getting so many of these rips through that's going to be the safest way, right? Like a lot of times when you're trending good, price will ride these EMAs when you're in a good trend. But if you're not and you're sideways and you find yourself getting stopped out close to break even a lot, that's a good sign to just sit on your hands for a little while. Because ideally what you want is you want that strong move through those EMAs and then price to ride those EMAs for a while, right? So you definitely would have been stopped out on any short from up here, right here, on this spike through, no matter what. So you wouldn't have caught this full move. But that's at least a way that you can quickly, on the 1 minute, lock in profits. You know, you're probably not going to get full target on anything. Because I've found that if I want full target, I pretty much have to blind faith my holds and possibly deal with price running back on me 100 points plus now. Like DeMonte said earlier, right? You'll have 100 points up, 100 points down on consecutive 1 minute candles. And it's been nearly impossible to deal with. A couple years ago, I was able to hold level to level, you know, I comfortably. So I feel your pain. I do feel your pain, and I know it's frustrating. I know it's tough. I'm definitely more annoyed with my trading now than I have ever been because of that. So I would say just throw that EMA cloud on your charts, like right there, right? I would have had to stomach this whole 40-point pullback, which I'm just not willing to do on a small account. Like if you're trading prop accounts and you're just starting the evaluations or just starting those funded accounts, you can't afford to let something come back on you 40 points. You just can't do it. So I know you're trying to hold for longer, but when you're going for those bigger targets, you have to be willing to have a wider stop, which means smaller size on your trades. And with that smaller size, you're inevitably taking on the same risk on a micro that you would on a mini. Does that make sense? So points wise, dollar wise, you're taking on the same amount of risk, just sizing down. Like, it's so rare. I'm not going to lie, Chief Pepsi. It's so rare to actually get full target. Like, yes, okay, I see a 200-point move happening here, right? And you get in at a good spot. You get in at a good level, whether to the top or downside. But because of all the volatility in the middle of the two higher time frame levels right now, or the major supply and major demand levels, it's just it's nearly impossible to catch that full move anymore. You pretty much have to YOLO if you're trying to catch that full move and not put any stop on, which I'm just not willing to do on a small account. All right, it looks like we got about 70 people in here. Thanks for tuning in tonight, guys. I appreciate you. Smash that thumbs up button as you're rolling in. I would appreciate it. It really does help out the channel. It really does help out the channel. The channel's been on a little stall out recently, so hopefully things pick back up a little bit. I am going to be streaming this week, guys. Globex only, so no streams during the daytime at all. And we're going to go Sunday through Wednesday this week. Thursday, I've got something. All right. Enjoy your rest, Raba. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Oh, a Telegram. That's fine. Ninja Trader integration is in the works. It's already being worked on. So it won't be incredibly long. Like we'll have to put everything through a major test first before we can release it on Ninja Trader. Obviously, we want to make sure everything's working and fine-tuned so that you aren't running into any kind of big issues or big bugs. But it is in the works. I don't want to put anything out there that you guys wouldn't trust. You know what I'm saying? Something that could be faulty or buggy or isn't aesthetically as good as Quantower would be, right? But yeah, Ninja Trader and Tradeovate will be close behind. They wouldn't be far behind. This is just the Quantower release is just kind of a soft, a soft launch, if that makes sense. There's going to be a lot of trial and error when we do launch on Quantower. So we just want to see what we're going to be dealing with on the single platform before we expand, right? And invest a bunch of money into the expansion. Yeah, Mahmood. Order flow is built into our candles. If you want to, you can go to that link, that leveluptrading.com, and you can read up on all the tools. You can read up on all the tools. Everything has kind of like a brief description when you go down to the products and click on the products. You can see pretty much what everything does, summarized. Obviously, we're not going to put on the webpage exactly how everything is calculated because then, well, people could steal it and it's already being done, kind of. But honestly, the two things that I think you guys will get the most use out of and you will like the most. I mean, obviously, the order flow and the supply and demand zones are highly accurate. Tons of data is back tested on them. They're very accurate. But I think the two pieces that you guys will like the most is going to be the risk engine. This, right? Which takes into account volatility in real time. So we have a synthetic VIX hooked up to everything. So no matter what you're trading, the realized volatility in the moment adjusts as well as your risk parameters adjust and the stop placement adjusts in real time. I think this will be highly valuable. There's a lot of stuff that's gone into these calculations, but the trading terminal is another thing that I think you guys will find massive value in. And that's really where a lot of the secrets are kept, is within that trading terminal, which is why I haven't shown it a lot. And why I am not going to show it until after launch. Because all of a sudden we are seeing slight copycats of this. And no, they're not as good. They're not as in-depth. What I've seen is not even close to this. But what I've seen kind of resembles this. Like a knockoff of this. And because the people who have copied what we have here are bigger channels. They're going to get more eyeballs, and it doesn't matter how good our product is. They're going to have an advantage just strictly because of the amount of eyeballs, right? And some of the unique tools that we have, if people release before we do, all of a sudden we look like a copycat to the general public. Does that make sense? Oh, I know, Bobby. Once we do release it, it is going to be inevitable. We know that that's going to happen. The uniqueness and the newness and the fact that you guys may not have seen certain things, but there is one channel, there is one feature that nobody else will have. Nobody else will have been able to do it, and I'm not going to tell you what that is. I've never seen it anywhere else, and it's going to give you guys a massive advantage on everybody else. A huge, massive advantage. So, and it's something that I've never used before as well, but it will be a massive advantage for everybody. Disrupting advantage, let's put it that way. maybe a niche disrupting advantage. Is it the schlong indicator? No, it's definitely not that. You'll see what it is. Bobby, no, it's not protectable, because it's not like, I don't know, I don't want to talk about it too much. I just want you guys to be excited about it, because I'm excited about it. You will have never seen it before. Let's put it that way. You will have never seen it before. Nothing remotely close. Use the Coca-Cola analogy. It is that exciting. It is that exciting. I mean, I can't wait. I can't wait for all you Quantower users to figure it out and be like, "Oh my goodness, this is absolutely amazing." This is absolutely amazing. I can tell you this much. I can tell you this. It has to do with an aspect of trade management. I can say that much. Beyond that, I'm not going to go any deeper. Because I've never seen it anywhere. And it's brilliant. Albu is brilliant, guys. Like, absolutely brilliant. he's brilliant. The guy is so smart. He is so smart. well above my my knowledge. Let's put it that way. I'll let you guys guess. I'm not going to say anything else on it. You never know who's here. It's clear that the streams are being watched, even with only 60 people in the stream currently, which, thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate you. Even with only 60 people, it's evident to me that we are being watched and scoped. It is clear to me. Hey, thanks for the sub, Bernard. Appreciate you. Is it a device that shocks you if you move your style? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You get a wave of electricity sent through you. All right, we caught a decent long there. I'm okay with my exit. Like, yes, I probably, let's see. No, it would have came up just shy of my target that I had. So I'm okay with the trailing stop there. Automatic trailing. You can, I think you can do that already in your platforms. No, I'm not the rat. I don't even use Quantower. No, Ms. K, the things that we have built, or the things that we have seen copied, I can tell you this has already tried to been duplicated. Knockoff version, but this has tried to been duplicated. The other things I don't really need to discuss. I'm not, you can't. Here's the thing in our space, guys, is you can copyright the code, but you cannot copyright the idea, right? So as far as calculations within the code are concerned, you can copyright that, but you cannot copyright the advancement, right? Like cheap cola versus Coke. yeah, pretty much. Yeah, already, Miss K. Already. I'm telling you, it happens within days. Within days. These bigger channels have full teams. They have people entirely, probably on payroll, probably entirely dedicated to scrounging the space, looking for new ideas. What can we use from this channel? What can we use from that channel? What can we copy and what do we think will work? Even as far as the appearance of the stream, right? You guys know that for instance, right? You guys saw my stream overlay, the new banners that are on the stream. We rolled out last Sunday. There's a fairly large streamer now that uses the exact same color coding and the exact same overlay. Because really, all you have to do is take a picture and say, design me a stream overlay for my channel that looks exactly like this. Throw it into Claude and Claude will make it. So like, you're being copied, right? Even as something as simple as a unique stream overlay that you just designed, right? Hey, what's up, M Brown? How are you? Yeah, it's sad. But that's why the little channels are being squeezed out, Miss K. Because even if they do have something that's new, that's exciting, that would push their channel to the top, if they broadcast that they have it, it's going to get copied, it's going to get duplicated, and the product might not be as good. It might not be as good at all, right? But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because they have the bigger channel, they have more eyeballs, and they're going to sell more product. And then those people are going to go, well, why am I going to go buy the smaller guy's product when I already have this, right? And they can do it for cheaper. Because they have the resources to do it, right? It's the nature of the beast. You have to be so confidential when you have something new, something exciting, that you just can't tell until it's publicly available. And even when it is publicly available. Oh, thanks, M Brown. Appreciate you. You as well. They will use it to their advantage. It's the same thing in life. I mean, you guys have probably all had really close friends that the minute something came around that would benefit them, they stabbed you in the back, right? It's just how it is. All loyalty goes out the window, and it doesn't. As long as it benefits them, they don't care. they don't care about your feelings. They don't care that they screwed you over. You call big stream slop shops. Yeah, big Teflon. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the real value in the space is actually in some of the smaller channels, to be 100% honest. Like, the real value, and the channels will never get the recognition they deserve, right? Because they're being buried on page 6 of the recommended feed for anybody who looks up any kind of education on trading. So you're never going to get to the real good stuff. But there's a lot of smaller channels that have great stuff on them that'll never see the light of day. Those aren't friends. Well, they are up until that point. They are up until that point, J-Love. And I agree with you. then they were never really friends in the first place, right? But money does things to people. Opportunity does things to people. I would say it's more rare to find that good friend that won't do that than it is to find ones that will do that. Just speaking from experience. It makes you jaded. Oh, I know. It stinks to go to live life like that, right? Like where you just don't trust people at all, and especially in the trading space. I don't know about you guys, but I don't trust many people. I don't trust many people at all. But even in my real life, I have a hard time anymore, you know, not questioning people's intentions. Even when I meet them. And maybe that's a bad way to go throughout life, but man, you become very guarded. You become very guarded when it happens over and over and over throughout your life. Oh, thanks, J Love. Appreciate you. There are good people in the world. I don't want to say that, right? Like there are good, honest people in the world. There are. But man, the majority the majority, it's just the times that we live in. All right, guys, I'm not going to re-enter. I still like up to that 900 level myself, but I don't think I'm going to take even the hold above 800 here. I still like that move up towards that 900 level. Someone said we could deal with aesthetic. As far as aesthetics, that was actually good feedback. That's actually good feedback. Who said that? Aesthetics. I'm assuming we were talking about the look of some of the indicators. The aesthetic design. Big Teflon, you still here? What specifically aesthetically were you referencing when you said that? Just so I have an idea. Because that's actually really good feedback. Bring it up again. The risk engine, is that what you're talking about? This? Okay, what about it is off-putting? Because that's the kind of critiques that we need, actually. Off-putting. Colors, column width, text weight and font, text alignment could all use work. All right, chat, does the rest of the chat agree with those? There's just a lot of information in that box. So you do have the ability, by the way, to go into the risk engine and change from... Let me see, where's it at? Change the display from complex to simple, and it actually hides a lot. All right, here, let me move it over to the right real quick, just so you guys can see it a little bit better. Right, so you don't have all that average, you know, the average daily range and all that stuff. You just have the necessary information. Yeah, Big Teflon, I'm not sure. What you're telling me is all good feedback. In fact, Mason, if you're here, if you want to write some of that down. It's kind of hard aesthetically with the amount of information that's on that to get it to present like, you know, because ideally you'd have a transparent background, right? Yeah, but in order to label everything that you're reading on over here, you kind of need to know what you're looking at as far as the numbers are concerned. But you obviously don't want it taking over your entire screen either. Does that make sense? So I don't know how we would make it much better. Like, why are some words capitalized and others aren't? Oh, you mean like here, why is regime, why is stressed all capitalized, why is suggested units all capitalized? Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, we will discuss those things. Yeah, I think it's just to show, to like have it stick out, but I'm not sure if it could be something different, right? Like I understand what you're saying, 100%. All right, we are back below 800. Vivek, what is the limited seats for? Well, first and foremost, you can only have so much room as far as the product is concerned when you're dealing with software and stuff like that, or the licensing, without having more. You have to pay for extra availability, extra space, in other words, right? So right now, the way our API, in order to have product keys and stuff like that, you actually have to pay for that extra space. So we have to limit it to 100 no matter what. But we're also limiting it just from on the back-end support. We want to make sure everything is running smooth and that the people who are using it have the best support and the best experience possible with the tools. And we don't know what that's going to look like on the back end, the demand side. Does that make sense? And because we are such a small team and we're going to be handling all that in-house, we want to make sure that everything is running smoothly before we bite off more than we can chew. Does that make sense? We want to do it smart. We want to make sure we're doing right by you guys and not just doing it for dollars and cents, right? Because that is one thing that lacks in this space, is the support level that people get is not good. We want to be the best with our product as far as that is concerned. We want to make sure we can respond to you within a certain amount of time. Is it an indicator? I mean, technically, some of the features are. Some of the features would be considered an indicator. It's not a signal service. And yes, some of the features would be considered, you know, an indicator, like, you know, our easy order flow. These are delta candles, you know, showing absorption and exhaustion signals within whatever time frame you're on the candles. The brighter the color, the more aggressive, the higher the delta, you know, or the lower the delta, or the more negative the delta is what I meant to say. But so some of it can be, but others are not. Others are not. It's an entire ecosystem. It's an entire trading framework. Sorry, I'm trying to tell you without divulging too much information. Does that make sense? So I'm having to really think about. Bebek, you can get on the wait list. Just go on level up here. Here, I'll put it in the chat one more time. Just go to this link that I just put in and put your name on the wait list. All right, we got almost 70 people in the stream right now. Thanks for tuning in tonight, guys. I appreciate you. We're up. We've hit one winning trade tonight. We're up $115. This is a fresh 25K funded. Current balance is sitting at 25,182. This is a 25K pro, so I do have to worry about consistency at a certain point. So I can't hit any really huge trades, but Phantom Panic. So I'm a huge believer in less is more. I'm a huge believer in less is more. So I would say 95% of my trades are placed on NQ. Occasionally, you'll see me trade YM or ES, but it's very, very rare, right? Like I do have YM up, and I will give my analysis from time to time when people ask about certain symbols. You know, I have gold on my chart. I have a gold tab on my chart, so I can go and look at things when people are asking about them and give what my thoughts are. But the majority of my actual trading is on NQ just because I know it the best. But I don't look at a whole lot. You know, in the mornings before I do my trading plan, I'll go and look at individual stocks. So I'll go and look at Nvidia. I'll go and look at Apple. I'll go and look at Microsoft. You know, I'll go and look at the SMH to see what it's doing. I'll go and look at the things that could impact the day's trading on NQ. So I do look at other things, and there's a lot of research that goes in before I ever even take a trade. Sunday nights are a little bit different just because we don't have a lot of information to go on other than looking at US Tech and where it's traded over the weekend. The US Tech 100, you know, the CFD, but and looking at some news headlines maybe, but that's kind of what I do. No, I don't touch penny stocks, Phantom. The sad part is NQ's kind of been trading like a penny stock or a meme coin recently. But no, I don't touch penny stocks just because they can be manipulated too easily. You know, too many of the trading influencers back in the day, you would use them as pump and dump schemes where they'd already be into a stock and then they tell all their followers that this is a must buy, this is a must buy, but they will have unloaded before they ever say they sold. Just a dangerous, dangerous space. Like Tim Size. Who was it that had lawsuits for that? The Warrior guy. What's his whole name, guys? The one that you see that pops up on anything when you start trading. What's the was it Warrior Trading? Is that what it is? Was that his name? I know he had lawsuits for doing that. There you go, Big Teflon. You got it. There you go. Oh, Warrior Trading was his mentorship program, wasn't it? That was the name of his mentorship program. The actual course sales. All right, like I said, guys, I still think we're going to 900, but I don't know that I'm going to try to catch it. In fact, this might be the move there. I think I might wait. and see if we can get 900 to get traded. 900 to 920-ish. That's why he says his results are not typical now. Yeah. Yeah, you really have to have all the legal terminology on everything in this space. If you don't, you are opening yourself up to major lawsuits. Oh man, guys, I'm just happy the stream stayed up tonight so far. All right, guys, I tell you what, we got almost 70 people in the stream right now, so let's go ahead and do that giveaway that we've got for you. So Mason, if you're here, if you want to open up the registration for the marbles race, go ahead and open up that registration tonight. We are giving away a 50K Lucid Flex account on stream. So if Mason is here, I'm not sure if he is. There he is. All right, Martin. All right, Martin. Oh, thanks, Martin. We'll talk soon. We're just kind of chopping those EMAs right now, guys. There's nothing interesting. We are going sideways right now. I'm not gonna, it's a coin flip which way we're gonna break from this area, so I'm not looking to execute it all, so I apologize for the lack of action. All right, looks like entries are now open, guys. Go ahead and type exclamation point marbles if you'd like your opportunity to win the marbles race and receive a 50K Lucid Flex test account. Go ahead and get those entries going. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to do that. I'll be right back. All right, guys, we only have 60 people in here right now, so your opportunity is higher than it normally is. Market's kind of just stuck. I mean, we're back below 800, but I don't know that I trust it. You still got that prior day close resting just below 780. This could be a move back down and just right back up towards 800, chop 800 up until Tokyo Open. So good time to do this marbles race. I mean, technically, guys, if I don't trade this account tomorrow, that's a winning day knocked out already off of this. And you need 5 winning trading days on these 25K pros. The max first payout on these accounts is $1,000 that you can request. So ideally, if I make 2,000 on 5 winning trading days, I could take the max payout. It would only leave me with 1,000 of drawdown, but that's all you start with in the first place. So honestly, if I can get this account to you know, a $2,000 positive balance, I'll probably take that max payout. But I do plan on tracking this whole account for you, just so you guys can get an idea how I would handle a really small account. If I can get to payout, or if it goes busto, I don't know. But I haven't been trading props all that well recently, so we'll see. I'm gonna try to be disciplined on this one and do it the right way. Teargram, this is funded. This is a funded account. I don't have any evals going right now. I have no evals going at all. All right, guys, we're going to leave that registration open for another 30 seconds because I'm starting to see a lot of people pop into the stream all of a sudden. We jumped from 60 to 80. So 30 seconds, and then that's it. So if you haven't got your entry in yet, exclamation point marbles. And those numbers are going up quickly. I don't know how it happens, but it happens. Yeah, we're approaching almost 100 people in the stream now. Just randomly, go figure, right when we open up the registration. So Mason, whenever you are ready, go ahead and shut it down. Shut down the registration. Marvel's entries are now closed. So sorry, bots. Yeah, we're already back down to 70. We're already back down to 70. Yeah, oh yeah, 100% Warriors. That's exactly what we did. Rats. See, guys, that's what I'm saying. I like these larger channels. Like bots tell their friends. They can, they just have resources that we don't. They just have resources that we don't. So we're going to give Mason a minute or two to get this all set up, and then we'll run this marbles race and get the winner there. Get them all verified and get them their account. And then we're going to let Mason get some rest. We're going to let him tune out of the live stream after this as well and let him go get some rest. For those of you that don't know, my business partner and editor of the channel, Mason, lives in the UK. So it is currently, what time? 12:30 a.m. his time. So he stays up late to do this kind of stuff for all of us. So everybody say thank you, Mason. GG's Mason in the chat. Before I pull this over, it looks like he's about ready. Hey, thanks for the sub, Vlad. Appreciate you. All right, let's do this marbles race quick. Let me get this race up for you guys, and we will get you this account. All right, Mason. Race is up on the stream. Oh, I haven't put the new stream banners on this scene yet. All right, we are off. Miss K out to the early lead. With the Rove in second and Jackson third. Futures Craft in fourth. Oh, Miss K's got a little bit of a oh, here comes the crowd. Miss K. Miss K, don't put the brakes on. All right, Crafton Price has now taken over the lead with DK in first. Now, oh, we got a lot of jostling of positions going on. A lot of different routes to take on this course. Don't count yourselves out yet, guys. There's complete carnage at the end of this track. It's anybody's guess who's gonna end up winning. So don't count yourselves out yet. Smash that 1 to make your marble go faster. Smash that 1. Oh, momentum. Caught some serious momentum around that part of the track. Oh, Chris has the leads. Chris trades an MV. Chris trades an MV and M Brown. Momentum Mindset in third. Trader Izzy in fourth. Oh, there goes Captain Price. Okay, here comes the yeeting. Here comes the punting off the track. Don't count yourselves out. Can Chris trades get through? Can Chris get through? Can he get through? Oh, Chris, you are the winner of the 50K Lucid Flex account. Normally that last off, there it goes. The roof got yeeted. Congratulations, Chris. You are the winner of the 50K Lucid Flex account. Oh my goodness. This track is crazy. This track is nuts. Ooh, DeMonte with the top 10 finish. DeMonte with the top 10 finish. Oh, look at my marble, guys. Look at my marble. Like, are you kidding me? My marble sucks. My marble sucks. It sucks. Chris, Mason will be coordinating with you via the YouTube chat as soon as he shows the leaderboard and where everybody finished, just so everybody can see where they finished in the race. I was the very last finisher. Best ranking yet, Futures Rush? Yeah. I think I've had one top 10 finish that whole time. In every race that we've ever done. I think I've had one top 10 finish. All right, back to the charts. But congratulations, Chris. Happy for you. Go make that money. All right, we're still just kind of floating that 800 level, chopping 20 points either side of it. Like I said, I still think 900 is the play. Chris, you know, don't blow it up. Don't say that. You got to go in with the positive mindset. My best trading days come when I come in saying I'm gonna do this the right way. I'm gonna trade disciplined and I'm gonna make money today. When I have the mindset of I'm going to just YOLO and blow this thing, that's when inevitably, that's when I'm clicking buttons in the middle of nowhere and just hoping and praying. All right, buyers are still kind of holding the market up, but they're not getting the follow through. They're not getting the push back towards that 840, 850 area. And that's kind of what I'd want to see in order to get long up into 900 at this point. I'm not a huge fan of the consolidation right near that 5-minute opening range high for the overnight session, because this very easily could come down here and do the same thing down here, and then just go right back to the middle right before Tokyo Open. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't like sideways action. I'm not a good tight range trader. I realize that's a 40-point range, but that's a tight range with the volatility we've been seeing in the markets recently. I mean, this 1-minute candle right here is 30 points alone. So I don't like what we're seeing. Let's take a look and see if anything else is kind of moving. Wow, oil ripping. Gap and go on CL. Gap and go on CL. Looks like we filled this gap. What would be good here? So it looks like we've got a shelf sitting right here around, what is this? Like 87? It looks like there's a shelf sitting right at 87. That could be the move along up into 87 on CL. you ideally would kind of want to see a pullback to this 81.54 area, I'm guessing, for the entry on that long. Someone in Tradeify Discord getting fired? What? Wait, why? Why is somebody in Tradeify's Discord getting fired? What's going on? Gold. Gold's kind of... What is this? This is an hourly chart on gold. TP at 28.5. Stop loss at 940, DeMonte. Oh, so you're giving it all that room up to that 900 area? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. The Dom... What do we got Dom-wise? Is there still that interest up there? Yeah, DeMonte, I think that's probably a good stop on that move. So you're looking for a decent sized trade. So you're going roughly 2 to 1, I'm guessing. I mean, there is this block down here at 700. There's a block at 600. Obviously, the overwhelming amount of interest is to the top side right now, nearest to closest price. Yeah, DeMonte, I just have a feeling, right? Like, looking at what happened on Friday and how we've held up off the Globex Open, I have a feeling that this is what we're trading up into. I just have that feeling. I don't know that that's going to happen, but this makes a lot of sense with what we've seen so far. But you're right, we could definitely roll over off of this. Put in a lower high. And drop down into, you know, 560, 550. You know, the 15-minute we're looking at. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like this entry on the short, that 900 entry. And then giving it to the 29K. But yeah, that 28.5 would be a good, you know, that's a good target on the downside for sure. Honestly, I think if we come down here, we're probably running this low. So you could probably even extend your target out where we go run Friday's lows. And just trail appropriately as we approach that 500 area. Analyzing anything before Tokyo is a prophetic waste of mental capital. God, yeah. I mean, you're literally, it's up in the air, 100%. I agree. Just looking at like higher time frame what would make, like what two moves make sense if we break one way or the other from here is where I'm getting at. Your strategy is gambling on bad news. The news has been quiet with the World Cup. Needs some drama. Too much peace right now. Oh man. Westradamus. No, I never know with 100% certainty what's going to happen, guys. Despite what some of you might think, there's no there's no 100% certainty on anything. Yes, I realize a lot of you hear me call things out, and it happens frequently enough, but I don't know with 100% certainty what's going to happen. I will never claim that. I form everything in my head in if-then statements. If this happens, then this is the outcome that I expect to happen. Kind of like a plan A and plan B scenario. I mean, we're waiting at this point. You know, unless you're in the long from the lows and holding on, or there's no entry in here. Not for me. Because with price holding up and just kind of chopping that 800 level, ideally I would like to see the move down and then price holding below that 5-minute candle in order to execute a short. Or price to run this high and go up into that 900 area for the short entry. The long entry from here is kind of risky just because you do risk. You would have to risk kind of like what I did earlier, where you're risking nearly 100 points on the long side up into 900, and then just the risk to reward isn't really worth it. You know, 1-to-1s you don't really want to be taking a whole lot. Programming mentality. Yeah, Phantom, exactly. You know, an if-then statement. If this happens, then I expect this to happen. If that happens, then I expect this as an outcome. All right, buyers trying to pick up here. That's a nice push. We might get that move to 900 before Tokyo opened. Okay, so it's 7:35 my time. So we got 25 minutes. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight, guys. All 60 plus of you, I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. See, is ES doing kind of something similar? Yeah, see, this is why I don't necessarily love the shorts on NQ, just because of where ES is. Now, if this flags out, I like the short. ES is kind of just floating that 7,500 psych level. But I almost feel like what we're going to see this week is possibly a move back to the top side, towards the top side, back above 29K, like 29.2, 29. Yeah, like back up in here. And then if we're going to see the downside, that's where we find the heavy downside come in from. You know, have this daily 20. So like the next day, we just kind of meander our way back up towards that 29.2 area. You know, back up in here. So pretty much retrace Friday's move and then sell off. But we'll see. Trump said more war. There's always going to be war. Guys, even if the U.S. leaves the Middle East, like for tens of thousands of years, there's been war in the East. There has been conflict in the Middle East as for all time and eternity, pretty much. You know, since the start of human civilization, there has been war on that in that area of the world. There's always going to be conflict over there, even if there's no U.S. involvement, right? Even if there's no U.S. involvement, there's always going to be conflict in the Middle East. All right, come on, market. Just make the move to 900 so we can get a trade in here. Just make the move back up here. Hey, if that's where you're going to go, just go. Honestly, looking at like a 30-minute chart, this 29,050 could be a possible long side target. Higher lows on the 15-minute. You know, that anywhere 29,000 to 29,050. DeMonte, you stand by your analysis? It could go either way. We're in that whole 800 to 900 area is going to be difficult to navigate, I think, on either side. Providing liquidity for the chat. All right, we've got about 80 people in here right now. Guys, if you haven't yet, smash that thumbs up button. I appreciate you. Anybody new to the channel, welcome. Or anybody just tuning in, welcome. Like I said, streams this week are going to be Sunday through Wednesday, and we're going to go live at 6 p.m. Eastern each of those nights. Thursday, I'm getting a new dishwasher delivered, so I have to, Thursday night, I'm getting it delivered on Friday, but Thursday night, I have to disconnect the plumbing and the electrical and get the old dishwasher out of its space in the kitchen. So that's why I'm not going to be streaming. I'm going to be taking care of that on Thursday night. So Sunday through Wednesday this week, 6 p.m. Eastern. I mean, you're getting nice spikes off the 9 right now. You're getting those good, nice spikes. The problem is they're exhausting. So there's no follow through on the move, which is why I don't trust it. You know, if there was some follow through, if there was that nice, 30-point candle and then the pullback to it again, I wouldn't be opposed to trying the long up into the 900. I'd probably target like 880. But I need to see that kind of confirmation move before I get involved. Burst into Wes's room with a super soaker. Super soakers were I haven't been to a toy store in a while. I bet super soakers these days are amazing. I mean, they were fun when I was a kid. Did you guys ever have, like, water balloon fights? Did you guys remember the water balloon catapults that would launch those things like 200 yards? They have water guns now that shoot like machine guns. I bet. They're electric now? You'll take me to the toy store, Miss K? Yeah, what kind of toy store are we talking about, Miss K? Are we talking a Jack and Jill type scenario? Or all right, there's that kind of confirmation candle that I wanted to see. Now, the question is do we get the pullback before we run this high? Or does it just shoot to 900 from here? Romeo. You just introduced the babies to water balloons? Oh, jeez. Hey, what's up, Ethan? How are you? Water guns are made for adults now. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, man, that like the Super Soakers were it. They only shot like 15 to 20 feet or something like that, but max. But they were awesome. The other thing that was awesome, I don't know if you guys ever were into Nerf. Some of the Nerf guns and Nerf arsenal was pretty sweet. That was pretty sweet. Oh, Ethan, we're chilling. We're chilling. Yeah, I can't repeat what Romeo said. I saw it though. I mean, just keep in mind we've got females in the chat. We do have females in the chat. Old enough to buy goggles for these new water guns. Yeah, Nerf was awesome. Nerf was awesome. I was a real big bow and arrow guy. I was a real big bow and arrow fan. I mean, when I was really young, guys, my little brother, he got hit by a truck, and he was probably like, I don't know, 4 years old. He survived, but it was a pretty serious accident. And so for months and months and months, and it happened in front of me, right? Like I witnessed it. I witnessed it all. But for months and months and months, he was in almost like a full body cast because of the way that it hit him. It, shattered his collarbone, smashed his skull in, and all that kind of stuff because of how small he was. He was kind of lucky that it hit where it did because the bumper hit him like right at the shoulder, and then his head kind of whiplashed off the headlight and then sent him flying away from the truck rather than rolling over the top of him. So he kind of got lucky in that aspect, but he was in like a full body cast for months and months and months. And the only way that I could do anything with him was to have Nerf wars, right? Because it was very low impact and he couldn't hurt himself any further. So that's what we did. We just had Nerf wars all throughout the house. So we had every kind of Nerf gun, toy, launcher that you could possibly have. All right, nice pullback. Now the question is do buyers push it right back up, or do we finally get that pullback into 800 leading into the Tokyo Open and then make a move? Hey, what's up, Tim? Market's giving you an out and you're refusing that. Now that's conviction, DeMonte. Now, just hold on. I mean, you're okay still, right? Like you got into the trade assuming a certain amount of risk, right? You knew where your stop was going to be. I would let it play out. Obviously, if it goes in your favor enough, it doesn't make sense to let a green trade go red. But if you believe in your trade, there's no reason to adjust any stop yet. You were willing to assume the risk getting into the position. You might as well as assume the risk while in the position. The Toys R Us catalog? I never saw a Toys R Us catalog. So the only catalogs that I remember from my childhood were like at Christmas time. My mom, I don't know if you guys remember Sears. It went out of business now, but Sears, my mom would give us the Sears catalog and we would go through and mark things that we wanted in the Sears catalog. And that was our Christmas list pretty much, was we would just select toys out of the Sears catalog and pin the pages, and then they would decide whatever they would get us, right? Service merchandise? No, Dion, what's service merchandise? I don't. That doesn't ring a bell at all. What? Casper? Lakeside Mall isn't still around? They closed Lakeside Mall? So what do you have now? You just have like the mall that was in Troy? Hey, what's up, Best DJ? How are you? Yeah, because like, let's see, that Detroit area, Lakeside Mall was it. That was the closest one to where I lived. Yeah, that one got shot up about a week ago. Wait, Casper, the one in Troy? Like the three malls that I remember from when I lived there was the one in Troy, Lakeside, and then there was the outlet mall, Great Lakes Crossing was the other one. But I know everything's different. Like the Pontiac Silverdome was still there when I lived there. The Palace of Auburn Hills was still there when I lived there. I think where the Silverdome is now a huge Amazon facility or something like that. It was Amazon before. Service merchandise was a catalog. So it was just, it had everything in it, but it was like Amazon before. The thing had to have been like that thick, Dion. I don't remember that one though. That was all gone when you left, Miss K? Okay. Yeah, I haven't been back in so long. I do kind of want to go back for a Lions game at some point. I want to go back for a Lions game at some point, so I'll probably make a trip. Maybe this fall. Maybe this fall. I mean, Casper, it's not just Detroit. Malls in general, all across the United States, malls are shutting down. Malls just aren't. Online shopping has changed the way people shop. People aren't going to the physical stores anymore. I think what you'll see as far as shopping is concerned is you'll see like strip malls like you see in, most places. You'll see those. You'll see standalone stores. But I don't think you're going to see what all of us grew up with, where you have the major malls that have that have every store known to man and a food court and all that kind of stuff. I don't think you're going to see that anymore. Your high school was played at Ford Field like 7 to 8 times? Massive? Jeez, what high school did you go to? Did you go to some private school or something? Did you go to some Catholic League school? All right, I mean, that's a nice bounce. That's a nice recovery. Yeah, Dion, I think it's the same pretty much everywhere. Malls are just going to be non-existent pretty soon. Yeah, Rotund, 900. I mean, I've said it all stream, right? Like 900 is what makes a lot of sense with the market holding up the way that it did off the open. 900 at least. Just how it gets there, how it navigates its way there, it could be kind of interesting, especially with Tokyo Open here in a few minutes. I'm going to wait till it opens because it could just be that surge and quick retrace. Castech massive? Oh, okay. Yeah, Castech definitely has been there a few times recently. Honestly, when I was there, Castech wasn't what they are now as far as like a football program is concerned. That's really just been in like the last 20 years where Castech has become like a state power. Prior to that, they really weren't, none of the Detroit Public School League teams were ever I mean, every now and again they would have one team that had a superstar on it, but it was like, yeah, my high school, like, we were okay, but they only won one state championship. We're always right there. Massive. I went to Rochester Adams High School. All right, guys, we are just chopping. I hope you guys are staying free from clicking the buttons. King High School. Yeah, Massive. I mean, we would play King in the playoffs from time to time. Them in Catholic Central. Yeah, I mean, those Catholic League teams, they were always able to recruit players prior to when you had school of choice availability. Yeah. I mean, what are we doing? Like, are we going to go? Just go. Go to 900. What are we doing here, NQ? Just get there. And that seems logical, right? Hey, DeMonte. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Yeah, if we don't get this move off the Asia Open, I mean, that's probably it for me tonight, too. I'm not going to sit around for hours watching Chop sideways. I can tell you that. I mean, is CL still moving? I mean, CL kind of stalled out from where we last looked. Gold. I guess everybody's just waiting for this Tokyo Open at this point. Yeah, Massive. Castex they've rolled out some talent. There's no doubt about it. I went to one of those schools that doesn't really, we never had like a 5-star or anything like that. We just had a lot of guys who worked really, really hard. Worked really, really hard. Good enough athletes and coached well enough to get there. Right? But we never had that superstar. Like when I talk about D1, like D1 level talent, you know, we're looking at like MAC D1 level talent, not like Big Ten or SEC or any of the big conferences. Come on, Naz. Go do it. You know you're going to. Just make the move. It's hard to sit here and not take the trade up into 900, but I know I know it's going to happen, but I also know that we could rip back and then rip up. Especially with Tokyo Open here. Massive, he's family. Yeah, I want to say Massive. I want to say. I think I heard you might have whooped my old high school's butt in like the state semifinals last year. Maybe. I want to say I think they faced each other in the state semis last year. I don't remember like 100%. I don't keep up with it that well, but yeah, I wish him all the best, obviously. You know, that's huge. But that's the thing, Massive. Like, there's never been a lack of talent in Detroit. There's never been a lack of talent. I think it was always just the discipline level of the kids from the inner city, and then the coaching never really had them in that right mindset. Does that make sense? They were never shy on talent from inner city Detroit. See, there's that rip down. That's why I don't do it, guys, because now I have a feeling it's going to rip back up. But because of that massive down candle, you can't get long either from here. Yeah, exactly, Massive. It was never a lack of talent. It was never a lack of talent. Like, because when I was there, they were always our preseason scrimmage. Like, they would come out to the school, and they always had talent. They had way better athletes, but they just did not. They didn't play as a team, lack of discipline. In fact, Massive, I remember very candidly. One of the things that I do remember specifically was before I played quarterback. I was a wide receiver when I was younger, when I was like a sophomore. Because we had a quarterback. I remember during a scrimmage, I went and mossed this guy. I mossed this guy for a touchdown in the Castech scrimmage. Went up over the top of him and mossed him. And he goes, I can't repeat what he said because there were obscenities, obviously. But he goes, "All right, white boy." White boy's got skills. I'm sitting there thinking, what is this guy talking about right now? These candles are disrespectful. What are we doing? Yeah, I don't know, guy. I don't know what to do with this. Like, is this just a pullback to test 800 again for another rip up into 900, or is that the rejection of 900? I don't like that at all. I would have much preferred, honestly, for the continued downside, for it to sweep above 900 and then quickly reject is what I would have wanted to see. Test that prior week low up there at 910. Sweep above it and then reject. Because now I feel like there's a lot of interest sitting here. And see what I'm saying? Like, 50-point rip back up. Like, man, it's just not ideal price action at all. She's winning. Glad. Yeah, I mean, this is brutal. Oh, nice, a teargram. Yeah, honestly, this is what you want to watch right now. This prior week low. is what you want to watch right now. This is from, I think, 2 weeks ago. So this 910 level is probably the level that you want to look for shorts from. And if it breaks above that and starts holding above that, that's probably where you want to be long back up above 29K into that 29.2 area I was talking about. 29,050 would be the first target above 29K. And then 29,200 would be my next. So like right here and then right here. That's what I would be looking for. But why do I feel like it's going to take hours to do this? Come on, it's right there. It's just a 50-point spike up. It's just a 50 points higher. 40 points higher. Like, just go. Oh, yeah, he totally called me white boy, too. He's like, oh, white boy got talent. He wasn't near my height. Like, I'm 6 feet tall. He was probably 5'9", a 5'9" corner. So I was bigger than him. It wasn't that difficult. And it was, you know, but I did go up over the top of him and high point it. Weeks while I'm still streaming, 10 seconds if I'm not. Oh, 100%. 100%. All right, here we go. Come on. It's right there. It's right there, guys. Come on. You're right there. All right, there it is. Now let's see. Now let's see if we exhaust up near these highs. There's a quick 10-point rejection. Should play push it to the limit in the background, Casper. As a fly, did I TP? Yeah, I've only taken one trade on stream tonight. I was long. Let's see here. Let's do this. There's my trade. So there's my full trade from tonight. Pretty strong buy up here, guys. I mean, this is... I mean, you can see that interest up there around 29,400 on the books. I don't know what kind of size is sitting up there. But man, we have some orders layered in. Let's see what all these are. So 300 is 29. Where's the biggest one? Right there. I mean, there is definitely someone either trying to layer in or layer out of a position much higher. I kind of want to see very low holding probability of this level that we have. You can see on the 15-minute chart, we really don't have anything higher time frame wise until above 29K, 29,050, 29,060. This is a pretty strong move, guys. We might be going to 29K. I mean, it just kind of blasted right through that prior week low. Oh my goodness. I did not expect this rocket ship. I will say that. I did not expect the rocket ship, but I don't know if you guys have noticed, but when Asia opens, there's normally an initial surge, kind of what we saw here, where it sweeps out the recent low or the recent high and then makes a move in the other direction. If I put VWAP on my charts, the action will make a lot more sense. What do you mean? I mean, I see VWAP. Looks like it bounced VWAP every time on the 30-minute. Whenever the Asia Open, the first move is almost always the fake move. Yeah, as a fly, I think not every time, but I have noticed it enough. I have noticed it enough. But that's just, I mean, that's a lot of buying. That's a lot of buying. What was the high on Friday? Is this the high from Friday? So 29,050 is the high from Friday? Best DJ 28,800. $29,040 was, so this was the high from Friday. Terry Graham. Crack me up. Oh yeah, guys, at this point, I think what you want to see and what I'm kind of expecting is a move to 980, pull back down into that prior week low, and that would probably be your long entry if it holds there. You know how I always talk about break and retest a lot? That would kind of lead me to that. Didn't we have bad news over the week? Here's the thing. So what I've noticed after 5 years of trading the market, right? Is that news injects volatility into the market. It takes severe negative news, severely negative, to actually continue the momentum on any kind of sell-off. Now, to the top side, positive news, it can boost and never come back. But on the downside moves, you really need something really bad, because normally it's going to retrace, at least a portion of the downside, right? Like it's going to retrace. News is just an injection of volatility. But overall, institutions have their targets that they're going to try to get the market to no matter what. Like the big money's going to move the market where it needs to go in order for them to either exit a bad position or take profits on a good one, right? So just, I seriously, I don't think news has as much effect as we as retail traders put on it, on what actually happens. Because I've just seen too many times where bad news, the market pumps. Good news, the market dumps. Right? I've just seen too many times where the move doesn't make sense on what news we've been presented. So I think other than a volatility injection and maybe some repositioning for the big money players in the market, I just don't know that news headlines have an overwhelming effect on the overall structure of the market, right? Yeah, Telegram. It's just, yeah, best DJ, but a lot of times it's just that initial move is the only one that it matters for, right? Like the coin flip scenario. Oh, I think the market's going to pump off this news, or oh, I think the market's going to dump off this release. After the news has settled down, that's why you often see news moves a lot of times get retraced right back to where it came from, in both directions, up and down. And it doesn't necessarily happen that same day. It might happen a couple days later. It might happen a week later. Right, like on something as drastic as CPI or FOMC or, you know, those big economic events. But a lot of times those moves get retraced within a day or two. Yeah, and sometimes immediately, right? Sometimes the news will release at, say, 8:30 a.m. Eastern, and by the New York Open at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, the complete 300-point move is retraced on NQ. All right, Casper. Enjoy your evening. So I just don't think it has the overall effect other than that initial surge of volatility that most of us put on it, or that we've been told should be put on it. Well, guys, I'm probably going to call it there for the night. I'm not going to chase this long at this point. I feel like 29K is inevitable. What I would do is I would wait to see if 980 can roll over and pull back into that prior week low. Test it one more time. And if it holds above there, I would get long up into 29,050. That would be the next trade that I would see happening tonight. But I'm not going to be around to do that. I'm going to go do something else because this week's going to be a long week for me. Obviously, next live stream will be tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. There might be a couple streams that go for a few hours. We might go late into the late night hours, guys, this week a couple times. If you're continuing to trade this, trade safe, stay patient, and I will see you all tomorrow evening. Peace.